John Kennon. I'm 37 years old, just turned 37 yesterday actually. Part of class 001 of School of Man. So School of Man is, I like to think of it as one term that Cole kind of posed to me at the beginning when I was getting into it. He said, you may think you're good, you may think you've got it all together, and this goes back to why I joined, but are you razor sharp? And I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, no, I'm not. And so School of Man to me is I think it's different things for different people depending on where you are in life. But for me, I was a guy who thought I had it all together, but I was not razor sharp. And the further I go into this program, I realize how much I don't have it together. So it's about being the best man you can be, and everybody starts at a different place. Everybody comes in a different situation in life, but we're all trying to get to the same place, I think. So for me, the reason I became part of School of Man is probably a little different than everybody else. I was already coming in here at 5 a.m. I'd seen what Cole had been doing for the previous months, getting ready for Kokoro. I thought he was a little crazy. I mean, his workouts were really hardcore, and he was here before I got here, and he was here well after I left. And it was inspiring for sure, but it wasn't something I was striving to get to. And then one day I worked out with Jeff Powell and Adam Pratt a lot at 6 a.m. If I came at 5 or 6, I worked out, so I developed a friendship with these guys already. And one day, Tim and Jeff and Adam asked me to come swimming, which was part of the beginning of School of Man. I didn't know what I was getting into. I was like, yeah, sure, sounds good, let's go swim. I've never really done that for exercise. And I really enjoyed it, and they said, all right, we'll come out, be at the headquarters at 5 a.m. on Wednesday morning. I said, okay. And it was crazy. I don't want to get into details, but we were doing 1,200 burpees on the beach in the sand, doing burpees in the Arkansas River, carrying logs, carrying each other. I didn't know what was going on in the heat of the moment, but I realized it was something I needed, and I loved it, and I didn't want to not have that in my life anymore, whatever it was, because it pushed me well beyond what I thought I was capable of. And I thought I was capable of a lot, I wouldn't say I was like arrogant, but I thought I was in pretty good shape, but man, I was not. That killed me, that workout. So weeks went on, I kept doing the swimming on Tuesdays, and this was really before official School of Man started. And I texted Cole and I said, hey, I'm not doing this classroom work, so to say, the introspective homework that we have in School of Man. And I said, if you don't want me to come to the workouts, the training sessions anymore, I won't, because I kind of feel out of place. And he said, you're in. That was your text to me. He said, you're in. I said, I don't know. And he said, you're in, just show up. So I kept showing up and I kept benefiting, and I realized it's something I was severely missing in my life. And I think for anybody who has the heart, who is missing something in their life, who just wants to get out and get crazy in a workout and not care what people think, what you look like, because you're getting better, that's who School of Man is for. Other men should consider School of Man only, and I think Adam said this, only if you are ready to make that change in your life, because you're not going to show up in here and think, oh, I'm ready to push it a little harder, I'm ready to get more physically in shape, I want to be a better leader. You can want these things, but unless you have the commitment, I really don't even think you should show up, because we've had a couple of guests come in. One ran out of here in 7 minutes into one of our training sessions. Now, granted, it was probably one of the worst ones we ever did, but if you're not ready for a real change and a real commitment, it's not for you. But if you're lacking something, if you feel something in your soul and your heart where you need to get a little crazy every now and then, I think that's what men want. We just need to get a little crazy and not care what people think about it. That's who it's for, in my words. Aru, aru, aru.